There you go, another example here. In this case, we have a question that's essentially asking similar things, which is to find the range of values for k, and the function has two distinct roots. When you say two distinct roots, if you draw a graph, just a simple sketch, that means your graph of your quadratic function will basically intersect at two roots, two real roots. Alright. And how do you write an equation for that? For two distinct roots, your b square negative 4ac will be greater than 0. So let us do that over here. My a is k plus 1 and my b is 4 and my c is k minus 2. I don't have to do anything over here. Alright. And I'm doing my b square negative 4ac greater than 0. Alright. So my b square will be 4 square negative 4. My a will be k plus 1. My c going to be k minus 2 greater than 0. Now is all end up with your algebra. So 4 square will be 16. I have my negative 4. I'm not going to solve my negative 4 first. I like to solve my the expansion function over here. Let me solve this first, then I solve with my negative 4. So if I were to solve this, then the reason why I do that, so that the number doesn't get so big and things will go easier for your calculation. Alright, k square negative 2k positive k negative 2, and then you close your bracket, greater than 0. And now you need to expand for your negative 4. Expand here, and also expand here, and you gotta expand here as well. So it's quite a big expansion, and I would strongly suggest before you go and expand that, you simplify the equation first. Alright, so in this case what I'm doing is also right, but it's best to simplify first. So let me simplify first. K square negative k, and then you end up with negative 2 and close bracket, greater than 0. 16 negative 4 k square positive 4k, and you have a positive 8 greater than 0. Alright, so now do you have anything else to simplify for your k square? Basically you have nothing else, so make sure you bring it to the front and always try to write quadratic formula. If you remember, you start with your x square, x, and finally whatever numbers that left behind. So I'm going to write the same thing over here. My k square going to sit at the front, and then followed my bx, which is, I can say this is my 4k over here, and then 16 plus 8 is going to be plus 24 greater than 0. Prefer to have my sign in front of my x square to be positive. So I'm just going to bring all the equation to the other side. So what will happen here, if I were to do that, everything going to be 0 over here. Since I have brought my negative 4k square to the other side, is going to be positive 4k square, and then you have negative 4k and then negative 24. For simplicity, make sure you write it on the left hand side, and you are not changing your equation. Make sure you look at how the arrow looks like. Alright, so I'm writing everything on the right hand side, on the left hand side, but when you were to write the arrow, look at it, you have the pointy part towards your 4k square function, so make sure you write your likewise. Alright, and then you have 0 here. I would strongly suggest you simplify the function. Alright, so how to simplify? I have 4, 4, 24, and the common tables for that is 4, and I were to factorize 4, I get k square negative k, and then I have negative 6. Then just put a bracket here, less than 0. Alright, so what I can do with the number 4, I can basically bring this to the other side, so it will be 0 divided by 4 and it's going to be gone. So now I end up with k square negative k negative 6 less than 0. Alright, and this is a simple function, therefore I would like to factorize it. And how am I going to factorize this? K, I need a negative here, so I put negative 3 and then k positive 2, so negative 3 times 2 I get negative 6. So negative 3 is a bigger number than 2, so when I plus that I'll get negative k. Alright, less than 0. Okay, now we go to the part where we learn something new. So in this case, what you can see, your sign here showing like such. So when you have such cases like this, you have x, the pointy part is towards the x, then your function will basically look as such. So you have your lower limit, you have your bigger limit. So your lower limit, let's say this is negative 1 and this is 1, and whatever range of your x will fall between these areas. This is quite specific for this sign here. If you were to define for this equation here, k negative 3, k plus 2, so I would suggest you find the values of k, and k is 3, another k is negative 2. Alright, this is quite important because you want to know which is your small number, which is your big number. Then you can basically draw this. So your small number in this case will be negative 2, will sit on the left hand side, your big number will fall on the right hand side. And as I mentioned, if you have a sign as such, you have a pointy parts towards your unknown and you are defining a range for that, make sure the range is between these areas. Alright, and if you were to write this, how does the range look like? The range of k value is greater than negative 2 but is less than 3 based on the shaded region here. So how I can write that? K, open up over here, open up over here, it has to be greater than negative 2, then at this part is going to be less than 3. That's how we going to solve for this type of function. So I hope you guys learned something new today. See you in the next video.